Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Mathematical Lens by Namitha. In this video, we are going to continue with chapter number 8, working with fractions of grade 7 mathematics of the new NCERT textbook Ganitha, Prakash. In this video, we are going to learn the connection between the area of a rectangle and fraction multiplication. Right, in the previous video, we learned how to multiply two fractional numbers. Right, we have tried to visualize it, and we also learned the shortcut method. Now we'll understand what is the relationship between the multiplication of fraction and the area of rectangle. So now if you observe here in this figure 8.3, what is the length and the breadth of the shaded rectangle? Now if you see this yellow shaded rectangle, what is the length? This we have taken as one full square, right? Since we started with a unit square. So if this complete is one full, this portion, here we are talking about this portion. So this will be represented as half. Okay, it is divided into two parts, so this is half. And if we see the breadth, it is divided into four parts, so breadth will be 1/4. Right, so half unit and 1/4 unit. Now what is the area of this rectangle, this shaded rectangle? We see 8 such rectangles give the square of the area. There are total 8. So this represents 1 upon 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 rectangles are there. And this shaded portion represents 1 upon 8. So the area of each rectangle, the smaller shaded rectangle, will be 1 upon 8 square units. Okay. So what is the relationship here? The product of the area between the area and the product of the length and the breadth. The area of rectangle of a fractional sides equals the product of its sides. Right? So in general, what we can say, if we want to find the product of two fractions, we can find the area of the rectangle formed with the two fraction sides. So here, if you want to directly know the answer, what is the product of this fraction? So this represents half, and this represents 1/4. You can just simply say the answer. Out of total 8 parts, 1 is shaded, so it is 1 upon 8. Right? So they both are related to each other. Figure it out exercise given on page number 180. Find the following products. Now use a unit square as a whole for representing the fraction. Right? So first we draw one square. We are first solving question A. So we draw one square and we consider it as of 1 unit length. Then you can see it is 1 upon 5. So we consider 5 rows. So for showing 5 rows, we need 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have got the 5 parts. Now we shade it to show 1 upon 5. So this yellow portion represents 1 upon 5. Now the second fraction is 1 upon 3. 3, this denominator shows how many columns we need. So we draw 2 standing lines and we get 3, 1, 2, 3 columns, right? And this represents, let me use a different color. This represents 1 upon 3. And this represents 1 upon 5. Now, which is the common portion? The common portion is this 1. Now 1 is out of how many total squares are there? Small squares 3 and 5. 3 5s are 15. So this represents 1 upon 15. So the answer is 1 upon 15 for question number A. Right? So you can even multiply 1 1s are 1, 3 5s are 15. But this is for understanding. So this is question number 1A. Now we do question number 1B. Here 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 3. So first we make a square. And then we draw 3 rows. 3 rows. So this represents 1 upon 3. Okay, this represents 1 upon 3. Now the other fraction is 1 upon 4. So we draw 3 lines to show 1 upon 4. Then now there are 4 columns you can see. So this shaded portion, I'll just shade it, represents 1 upon 4. Out of 4 parts, this is 1 column. Now which is the common part again here? This is the shaded region, is the common for both, right? So now this is 1 upon, how many total squares are there? 4 threes are 12. So answer is 1 upon 12 for question number B. Question number C. So we draw 1 upon 5 into 1 upon 2. So we first draw one square and divide it into 2 parts because this is half. So we make it half. And we shade the half of that portion. So this represents half. Now we are multiplying it with 1 upon 5. So we make 4 lines to get 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 1 upon 5 means this 2 squares. But which is the common area? This is the common area. Let me use a pink color. So this is this shaded portion represents the product of this. Right? You remember how we found out the area? So this represents 1 out of 10. 5 2s are 10. So the answer is 1 upon 10 for question number C. Now we do question number D. So for D, again we draw one square. There is 1 upon 5, 1 upon 6. So first we draw 5 rows, right? And shade one of the portions. So this represents 1 upon 5. Then we are multiplying by 6. So we draw 6 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want 6 columns, you need to draw 5 lines. So automatically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you will get the 6 squares. So that portion is, I am shading with red. This represents 1 upon 6, the red portion. The yellow portion represents 1 upon 5. But which one is the common one? The common one is this, which I have shaded with blue. So this represents 1 upon how many total small squares are there? 30. 5 6 are 30. So the answer is 1 upon 30. Right? So this way you can represent the fractions, the multiplication of fractions. Now find out 1 upon 12 and 1 upon 18. Now this is going to be very cumbersome. It will time consuming and it is boring also, right? So doing this by representing the fractions using a unit square is cumbersome. Let us find the product by observing what we did in the above cases. So in each case, the whole is divided into rows and columns. Now the number of rows is the denominator of the multiplicand, right? So 18 rows we made. Okay, there are 18 parts. And the number of columns is the denominator of the multiplier, that is 12. So 12 parts. 18 rows and 12 columns, right? So the whole is divided into 18 into 12, that is 216. And out of that, we are just want the one part, 1 into 1. So this is showing that if the numbers are big, it is difficult to represent using a grid, right? So you can directly multiply 1 ones are 1 and 18 into 12. What does it mean? When two fractional units are multiplied, their product is 1 upon the product of their denominators, right? So we can write this and remember this as 1 upon B into 1 upon D is equal to 1 upon B into D. Right? That's the shortcut method which I told you, which I showed you earlier also. Question number 2. Find the following products. Use a unit square as a whole for representing the fractions and carrying out the operations. Right? So question number 1 is 2 upon 3 into 4 upon 5. So let us solve all of them one by one. Question number 2, first one. Now what I have done, I have already drawn the rows and the columns. Looking at the denominator, there are 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 3 columns, right? So first what we do, we represent this 4 upon 5. So 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 out of this 5. So this represents the orange color represents 4 out of 5, right? And then this is divided into 3 columns. So how do we represent? First we represent 1/3. So this is 1/3. We need to do it 2 times because it is 2 upon 3. Now what is the common shaded portion? You can count the common shaded portion as, and show it, will count with the green color. So this is common, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So the answer would be 8 and total squares are 15. So 8 upon 15 is the first answer. Okay. Question number 2b, 1 upon 4 into 1 upon 3. So first we take one unit square. Okay, and we divide it into 3 parts. This is the first thing we do. Okay. And it is 2 upon 3, so we shade 2 out of the 3 parts. Right now just imagine this 3 rows. So this represents 2 upon 3, the green color. Right, and then we want 4 parts, 4 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4 columns we have. But we need to shade only one of them because this is 1 upon 4. Right, now which is the common for both? This portion and this portion is common. Right, so the answer is 2 upon, total are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. 2 upon 12 is the answer. Now this can be reduced. So 1 upon 6. So final answer will be 1 upon 6 for this question. 1 upon 4 into 2 upon 3. It is 1 upon 6. Question 2c. Now I'll show you this question by drawing it here so that you understand the steps. The previous two I already drew the grid. So like this is 1 upon 2. So first we make a square and divide it into 2 parts. Right, and shade it half. So this is representing half, this portion. Right, now the denominator is 5. So we draw 5 columns. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we need to represent 3 out of 5. So out of these 5 columns we need to shade 3. Right, or 1 upon 5 and then shade 3 upon 5. So this is 1, 2, 3. So this represents, the pink color represents 3 upon 5. Now which is the common for both of them? Let me use a darker color. So this is common. 1, 2, 3 is common. So the answer will be 3 upon total 10 parts are there. So 3 upon 10 is the final answer. Now we do question number D. So 3 upon 5. So first we show 3 upon 5 in a square. This is question C and this is now D. So 3 upon 5 means we make 5 parts. Right? So that way we just shade 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Right now we showed this only 3 upon 5. Right? And then see the denominator of the first fraction 4 upon 6. So we need 6 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And we need to represent 4 portions of that. So 4 portions of this. So 1, then this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Right? So 4 portions are shaded, 4 upon 6. Now, which is the common part? This is common. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? So answer will be, and total there are 30 small squares. So answer will be 12 upon 30. Right? This can be further reduced because there is a common factor 6. So we can just cut this. 6 2s are 12 and 6 5s are 30. So your final answer will be 2 upon 5 for question number D. Right? So this is how you can use a unit square and show the product of fractional numbers. So I hope you have understood this. We'll continue with this chapter in the next video. Thank you.